November, Nicaragua will hold presidential elections. In recent months, the Ortega government and its accomplices have passed a series of laws aimed at criminalizing political activity in the country and undermining prospects for a free, fair, and transparent election. Furthermore, continuous attacks against independent media outlets in the country and a wave of human rights abuses in the interior of the country show a regime intent on intimidating its citizens. It's an effort to predetermine the outcome in November. Tomorrow, I'll lead a new bipartisan legislation, the Relaciones Act, in the Senate that will send a clear signal about the Ortega regime's corrupt and human rights violations and define a coordinated international strategy for advancing democratic elections in Nicaragua. Can you both speak to us about the closing political space in Nicaragua and what type of steps the international community needs to take to avoid the rise of a third dictatorship in the hemisphere?
Thank you. The Nicaragua legislation, I'm sure, will be welcomed by many Nicaraguenses. While Nicaragua's ongoing social political crises started in April 2018, the closing political space did not begin in 2018. It began in 2008 with the municipal elections that were documented as the most fraudulent elections in Nicaragua's history. So this has been going on for more than a decade. 2018, however, marked a dark turning point in Nicaragua's history. It resulted in more than 325 deaths at the hands of the police and paramilitary, according to numerous human rights reports. The violent repression continues today. Daniel Ortega maintains his power through force, blackmail, and terror. This chain of repression begins in the communities with the military, with the police and paramilitary forces who monitor, harass, persecute citizens as they identify opponents, and continues with a corrupt judiciary that fabricates evidence against political opponents and imprisons without due process. These actors have illegally enriched themselves with the protection of the regime. That is why it's important for the United States to trace their assets hidden in shell corporations and apply corresponding sanctions. The United States should also support reformist social and political leaders who are genuinely committed to the recovery of democracy in their country and who seek to unify and contest the elections, which represents the best chance for Nicaraguans to regain their freedoms. It is essential that the United States press for minimum conditions for legitimate elections in Nicaragua, including 1, the full participation of the democratic opposition without restrictions. 2, transparency through national and international observers. And 3, accountability at all levels of the election process.